Hello, I'm your friend Teacher Sam. Today we're diving into the sea of financial vocabulary. We're going to explore the different types of payments, a key concept in our daily lives. Whether it's the rent for your apartment, the salary from your job, or the credit on your card, payments are everywhere. We'll cover various types such as fees, fare, rent, salary, wage, loan, debt, and credit. Now buckle up as we embark on this exciting journey to financial literacy. First off, we have fees and fare. These are two types of payments you'll encounter in your daily life. Fees are typically payments made for services. Think of the cost you pay for a lawyer's advice or the amount you shell out to join a fitness club. It's easy to use fees in a sentence. For instance, you might say, I paid the annual fees for the gym membership today. On the other hand, fare is a term primarily used in transportation. It refers to the price you pay to travel by bus, train, taxi, or airplane. To use fare in a sentence, you could say, the fare for the bus ride to the city center is quite reasonable. So whether you're paying for a service or for a ride, you're dealing with either fees or fare. Remember, fees often refer to payments for services, and fare is commonly used in transportation. Scene script. Next up, we have rent, salary, and wage. Let's start with rent. In simplest terms, rent is a payment made periodically by a tenant to a landlord for the use of property or land. For example, you might say, I pay my rent at the beginning of each month for my apartment. Now, let's move on to salary. A salary is a fixed regular payment usually paid on a monthly or bi-weekly basis, but often expressed as an annual sum made by an employer to an employee. An example sentence could be, my annual salary is enough to cover my living expenses. Lastly, we have wage. A wage is a payment usually given on an hourly, daily, or weekly basis for work. For instance, he earns a good wage working at the local supermarket. So remember, rent is for property, salary is a fixed regular payment, and wage is typically an hourly rate. Lastly, we're looking at loan, debt, and credit. A loan is money that you borrow, typically from a bank or financial institution. For instance, you might take out a loan to buy a car or a house. You can say, I took out a loan to pay for my new car. Debt, on the other hand, is money that you owe. You might have a debt because you borrowed money and haven't paid it back yet, or because you bought something on credit and haven't paid the bill. For example, I'm working extra hours to pay off my debt. Lastly, credit is a measure of your trustworthiness when it comes to paying back money. If you have good credit, it means that lenders believe you're likely to pay back any money you borrow. A sentence could be, my good credit score helped me secure a loan. In summary, loan is borrowed money, debt is money owed, and credit is trust in your ability to pay back. Congratulations, you've learned a lot today. We've taken a deep dive into the world of payments, unraveling the meanings of various terms and demonstrating how to use them in sentences. We started off with fees and fare. Remember, fees refer to the amount of money that you pay for a service, like the fees for a gym membership or a language class. Fare, on the other hand, is the money you pay for a journey, such as a bus fare or a taxi fare. Then we moved on to rent, salary, and wage. Rent is what you pay for using someone else's property, like an apartment or a car. Salary is the fixed regular payment you receive for your work, usually paid monthly. And wage is similar to a salary, but it's typically calculated on an hourly basis. Finally, we explored loan, debt, and credit. A loan is money that you borrow and must pay back, often with interest. Debt is money that you owe to someone. And credit is the ability to borrow money or access goods or services with the understanding that you'll pay later. Remember, understanding these terms not only improves your English, but also your financial literacy. So keep practicing, and you'll master them in no time. This is Teacher Sam saying goodbye, and see you in our next lesson.